We are part of the You Run network.
Yes, we are.
And with the You Run network, you can check it out online. They have multiple podcasts ranging from movie reviews, true crime, all the way to kind of like us, where they cover horror and everything in between.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And with that being said, I also want to preface, because I forgot this on our last episode, that halfway through our episodes now, you will hear advertising for podcasts that are related to the You Run network.
Yes, you will.
That's right. All right, now let's kick this bad boy off. So welcome to the Paranormal Misfits, where the curious roams, the weird feels at home, and horror is just another day. I'm your host, Chrissy.
And I'm your host, Nino Daniel. Sorry, I'm on one today, y'all.
You are.
When am I not, though?
I know, you are on point every episode.
Thank you.
I have had, by the way, it is so hard to edit our episodes because I'm like, I don't really want to cut this out.
The amount, I need every single person watching this or listening to this in any capacity. When I tell you the two of us getting together is just a recipe for ADHD, HD disaster.
It's on there. It's there. And every episode, I think somehow we talk about our ADHD in the midst, either complimenting how we've stayed on track so well or how we've completely derailed.
You know what? Filming the Kyle Marissa Roth story, that was good.
Oh, that was fabulous.
Actually, at the time of recording, the Kyle Marissa Roth episode comes out today.
That does. 5:55 Eastern and 2:55
Pacific.
That's right.
PM. We mean PM, folks.
PM, guys.
This shit isn't going to come out in the morning.
No one's alive at the morning like that.
No, I'm not. Babe, the sun isn't even up. I don't think God is up.
No, he hasn't taken his morning pee yet.
No, honestly, that's one of my favorite thing to do in the morning is just to bolt over to the bathroom and just be like, ugh. I love it when, for guys, it's different. Our built-in hose does activate.
That's right. My husband sits for at least 30 minutes.
Oh, my bare minimum in the bathroom is 45, but not this morning because it is 7:10 in the morning and I woke up 40 minutes ago.
You did. I was worried for a second. I was like, I haven't heard anything.
Don't worry, everything is fine. And did my phone fall underneath my bed and I had to use a Swiffer to get it out? Yeah, no, I did.
Oh my god.
That's ladies and gents, that's what you call ingenue, which is French for ingenue.
Okay, so before we get on to our subject, because today's subject we're going to be talking about a potentially haunted location in Hollywood. Potentially. So, what have you been? I have this morning. I did a deep dive and I didn't even mean to. So apparently there's some beef going on between Drake and what's his name? Kendrick Lamar, who has now murdered him. Have you heard it?
Isn't it the Family Matters track that just came out?
No, so Family Matters was Drake's. But then Kendrick Lamar, literally less than 10 minutes after Family Matters drops one called is it the Aubreys? Not the Grahams. He lets a little tidbit out that Drake has a daughter, an 11-year-old daughter.
In America?
In America, Florida.
And by the way, when you hear me say in America, it means are you fucking serious? Because there's a lot of the things I look at going on in this country and I'm like, are you fucking serious?
So when you scroll on TikTok, catch a couple of the content creators. I think Stony the Great, I think is his name. Mm-hmm. I love your hair.
Thanks, babe.
He's covering it. There's a couple others, but I was like, God dang, because I heard snippets of stuff and I could usually care less. But they started playing the whole snippet where Kendrick Lamar basically murdered Drake on just calling. He's like, if he's talking about pedophiles and also I was like, oh my god.
Wait, Kendrick went into that? Kendrick, don't do that, babes. They're gonna get you.
It was his album cover, or the cover of the diss track has Drake's Ozempic prescription in the picture.
Because isn't the rumor that Drake also has a BBL?
Yes. And he
And
goes into that too, hanging out with them Brazilians instead of going to the gym.
babe, this is see what was so funny is everyone decided when Nicki and Megan. Oh, by the way, there's a new beef between I didn't know this because apparently I've been off Twitter and I'm so sorry to the Barbs. I am a forever Barb. If you're not a Nicki fan, then you a bitch deaf dumb. You ain't my son, you my motherfucking stepson. Apparently Nicki and Ice Spice
are going at it
secretly.
I thought Ice Spice was on Nicki's side, like
Not when she
Megan
took
won.
pictures with Cardi.
Oh, I did not know that.
And so what's funny now is like you've got Nicki and JT and Big Sexy Red versus Cardi, Megan, Glorilla, which how are you? I'm sorry, Nicki Minaj has now had 30 plus consecutive sold out shows on her world tour.
Has she? I see. I don't keep up with a lot of it.
That's okay. I will.
Thank you. You'll be my news.
But I'll think, I have a 47-minute drive today that I have to take, so I'm sure I'm going to be listening. Are these diss tracks available on iTunes?
So I looked on iTunes. I couldn't find any. Not from Kendrick. So I don't know if maybe they're on Spotify or if there's like a particular like website or something. Yeah.
Got it.
That you may have to go into, because that's immediately what I did. Was this morning I heard just that one snippet and like I was like, hold on. And I tried to pull, I was like, damn it, it's not on Apple.
Probably, I don't know, maybe someone paid a different streaming service off and said don't put these,
yeah.
What else? You know what? The amnesia is amnesia-ing.
This morning.
But yeah, it's all good. Do you want to tell the folks at home about what we
can, yes. So we are getting into the glitzy, glamorous hotel known as the Hotel Roosevelt, located in Los Angeles, California. And it's actually one of the most historic hotels that is still consecutively running. So it was built in 1926. It cost a cool $2.5 million during that time period.
Do you know, and also to anyone, if you adjust for inflation, wouldn't that be like in the hundreds of millions today?
So when I pulled it up on, I don't remember whose website it was, they had equated it to 43.9 right now. I don't know if that might have been a few years before this inflation rise. I didn't check the actual time.
Inflation's at 50%. Like,
yeah. So definitely getting higher.
Oh my gosh. So what else? What else?
So oddly enough, Nino and I don't realize how great our planning is when it comes to picking episode content, because I was looking this up. It opened on the 15th of May in 1927.
Shut the tits dick.
I know, because yeah, exactly. I was like, wow.
And this is premiering on the 11th.
Yes. Yeah.
Talk about timing.
I know. I was
90
impressed.
7 years ago?
1927.
1927, so 97 years ago, right? Wow.
Yeah. Now, so this hotel was obviously named after the 26th president, which was Theodore Roosevelt.
Teddy.
So it's 12 stories with 300 rooms, and I believe 26 to 27 of the rooms are suites. It can be found on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and directly across from the TCL Chinese Theater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you've ever visited places like St. Augustine or seen the older type of architecture in Spain or in Mexico, that is the type of style that this hotel was built in. So it's called the Spanish colonial revival style.
Hola.
Yeah. One of Hola.
Way to skip over that one, babe.
I heard it. I was like, wait, what?
Wait, is that something funny? Wait. Wait. Let me go back. Let me just.
Oh my god.
The ADHD is kicking in early on.
Oh, so bad. So if you've been to St. Augustine, if you've seen this Casa Monica Hotel, that's one of the hotels that's in that style, or if you've ever seen the El Capitan Theater, that's another colonial style.
That's in LA,
Mhm.
right? Yeah.
Yep. So inside they have nice leather sofas, wrought iron chandeliers, and colorful tiled fountains.
Mm.
Now, it did go through a decline in the 50s in which it was almost demolished.
Not demolished.
Oh, yeah. But in the 80s, a particular group bought it out, revived it back to its glory of the 1920s using their old historic photographs.
I don't like the way you said particular group.
I couldn't remember who it was.
The way you were like, and a particular group.
Sorry.
Quick tangent. You know that is, I think we've mentioned it on the show before, but you know that there's a particular group
There's a lot of them.
that purchased Epstein Island.
Jesus Christ.
Did you know? No,
Is it Nickelodeon?
the other one.
Oh, it's Disney. Disney fucking bought it. God damn it.
$300 million.
Why would you buy an island that has so much trauma to it?
Have you
Never mind. You
seen
know what?
Disney Channel? Yeah, I was like,
We're good. We're solid. I answered my own.
Right?
So have you ever seen this hotel? Have you been to Hollywood?
I actually have. So when I visited, I have a cousin who lives in Santa Barbara or Monica Lewinsky, whatever. And I've actually like walked into the lobby of it just to kind of like take a little gand and just like, hey, what's up? It is regal. Like there's something that comes over you and you step back in time.
Oh, that's awesome. I love when they can restore things to that manner because like it's so nice to see. Like,
it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful hotel. It's obviously one of the like landmarks of Los Angeles, if not like the United States, but it's like one of those things that's like there's a lot of
definitely
there are other landmarks of the United States. Like we have Mount Rushmore, we have the highest rate for diabetes. There are so many
There's so much. We got it. We've ticked a lot of boxes. I mean, if you think about it, it is a really historic landmark for like the entertainment industry.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%.
Okay. So some fun little tidbits in pop culture and famous guests who have stayed here. So the first ever Academy Awards was held there on May 16th.
What the hell?
I know. Look at our planning.
Look at our planning.
So May 16th, 1929, inside what was called the Blossom Ballroom. There's a Gable Lombard penthouse where Clark Gable and his wife Carol Lombard, and they used to stay there for only $5 a night.
Can we bring that back? If I had, do you know what $5 a night is? What is that? Multiplied by 30. What is that? $150 a month? I would be living at the Hotel Roosevelt.
Oh, oddly enough, our famous blonde shell vixen, Miss Marilyn Monroe, did live at that hotel for 2 years at the beginning of her career, which is whenever she was a model.
Do remember that she was taking photos like poolside? Not that I was there.
Just stalking through photos.
No, just when I was like, so for like one of the things that happened during like the research for this episode is I had texted Marilyn via Ouija board, and I was just like, hey girl, what's up?
I got a few questions for you.
Yeah, I have a few questions for you, babe. And she's like, hey, look through the center of the oracle and I'll transport you back in time. Which probably explains the cataracts. But like she looked this was like in the early phases of her career, right?
When she was probably hitting her like right at 20s.
Oh God, I wish I looked like that at 20.
Who you telling?
Shut the fuck up.
Who you telling?
You're a mom now. Like
I was a mom starting at 21.
Oh God.
No, she was gorgeous, and some of the ads that she did for like sunblock, I think it was like a sunscreen company. She did some photos. You're right, they're poolside.
Yeah.
Elroy Flynn, which I believe is an Australian actor, is rumored to have created his recipe for bootleg gin in the hotel's tub at their barber shop. Which I was like, that's a weird tidbit to brag about, but let's
Could
go
you
with
imagine, like, historically being known as the guy who was like, yeah, I created fucking liquor?
it. Bootleg liquor.
Oh, I'm
Bootleg.
so sorry.
In
My
a tub.
apologies. I created bootleg liquor, and that's kind of like what Azealia Banks is doing with her soap business. Just
That is silly
making it in her
things.
tub.
Oh my god. So, aside from the Academy, you know what? No, we don't. Anyways, I was gonna say we apologize, but we don't. We don't
Apologize for what? Our audience
apologize.
knows us really well. And I'm
It's
sure the
by
people over
episode
at
5.
You Run are like, what the fuck is going on?
They probably are. Like, why are they here this morning? They need to go take a nap. We do need to go take a nap.
One
You're
thing
right.
I will interject, as well as the promo that's going to go on in the middle of the episode. In the middle of the episode, my tongue lost control just there. My tongue always loses control when it comes to ice cream. So we actually have an announcement at the end of our episode for our giveaway winners.
We do, and it's exciting. So make sure you stay all the way to the end to find out.
And if you don't, I'm gonna send La Llorona.
Why are we always sending that bitch? Why are we always sending
that bitch is unbooked? Okay, she's unfucking booked. Okay, she needs job
security.
She needs job security. She's only haunting one motherfucking house.
Are you sure?
I mean, not mine, because I have a black cat and I fight in real life.
I fight invisible things in real life.
Listen, one thing about me, I got holy water, I got a cross, I got crystals,
I got
sage, I got weed.
I got all the greenery.
One thing about me, we vegan up in this bitch. Except for we're not. Okay, let's pull our heads out of our asses for just a second. Can we? Hey, Chrissy, what else?
Where were you? So hold on. Okay, so aside from the first ever Academy Awards, which at that time when they had the awards, it wasn't known as the Oscar yet.
Was it known as the Teddy?
I don't remember. Oh, stop it.
And it looked really small. Like the room that they had it in was like teensy weensy.
Yep. And it was you had to have an invite. You couldn't just you couldn't just like waltz up in there.
Yeah, bring that back.
Bring that back. Bring it back.
Bring back invites to the Oscars.
So the other award ceremony they're known to hold on site is the Golden Raspberry Awards. The Razzies.
Wait.
So they have the Oscars.
What? When I saw that, I was like, is that the Razzies that I think it is? So, okay. So they held an award for the best in the business in terms of actors.
That's right.
And then they said, actually,
let's go the other end.
For anyone who might not know what the Razzies are, Sandra Bullock has a Razzie.
She does.
And I think, what movie was it for? Was it for The Proposal?
Was it for The Proposal? Oddly enough, I love that movie. So like...
I just love it because...
But I love it even more because she literally is dancing around the fire with Betty White, singing from the windows to the wall.
So, yeah, that deserves... I don't know. Well, so the Razzies are basically an award for the worst in acting.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So they're like, hey, come win an Oscar. And at the same time, come win a Razzie.
I knew, you know what? I knew Hollywood was a little fruity.
To be, we're gonna touch on that later. So
consensually.
So an episode of I Love Lucy was filmed there at the pool.
It was, yeah.
There's several scenes of sunset I must have put type that. No, that was the name of the movie. Sunset with Bruce Willis was filmed there. That included the recreation of the 1929 first ever Academy Award ceremony.
Oh my.
Also, Catch Me If You Can was filmed there, as well as Prince performing 5 shows at the hotel during 2007.
Wow. Rest in peace to Prince.
Right?
And we don't mean finger. I need to time those better when you're not taking a sip.
You do, because laptops are a little expensive for, just the average.
Just in case you're wondering, I am doing this off of a $4,000 MacBook.
Yeah, the things that,
The things that we do to make you guys laugh, damn it.
Okay.
And then Catch Me If You Can, just to kind of do a little movie touch, is the Leonardo DiCaprio
Tom
film
Hanks.
about washing checks.
Yep. And the fact that he was a teenager and got away with it for so long, and could impersonate everybody. Pilots. What else was he? Some sort of businessman. There was tons. It was insane. And they would all just walk past him. And it was like a little cat and mouse game. I honestly enjoyed the movie.
It was honestly, when I look back at that, one of my favorite films.
Yeah.
And this was young Leo, or younger Leo.
Without having to put his body in a dead bear carcass to win an Oscar, Leo.
Was it a dead bear or a dead horse?
I thought it was a dead bear. Didn't he have to fight a bear?
Honestly, congrats, Leo, for winning an Oscar.
Finally.
Anyway.
It only took you how long? Anyways, so we're gonna get into the fun part, which I always love, is the hauntings. So obviously, with the hotel being as old, having its rich history, and the fact that hotels are known to have deaths in it, whether they're natural, self-inflicted, or brought on by another individual, which there's a lot in Hollywood that have that.
What do you mean? Hollywood's the safest place ever.
So I did forget to cover this with part of the famous guest, but Montgomery Clift was known to reside at this hotel. He also lived there, I believe at the Decline. No, he lived there during his when he was a top actor at this hotel, and he was known to play the trumpet. So just remember that little tidbit.
Oh, when you say play the trumpet, you mean instrumentally, not physically play a trumpet as an actor.
No, he played a trumpet as a way, I think, to wind down.
Got it. Because the way my tired ass brain interpreted what you just said, he's like, oh, he played the trumpet. And I was like, did he get into a costume?
He was known to walk up and down the halls practicing his scripts and everything. There was a particular room he loved staying in. We're gonna get there. That room.
Dun, dun.
So, with the hotel, there's been many guests and staff who have over the years shared their various stories. Sure. One of the ones deals with a full-length body mirror. And this would be near. You did? That is the Marilyn Monroe mirror that used to be in her suite. Now, they had to remove that mirror because it would freak guests out, and they would check out in the middle of the night or in the middle of the day, and they were having a hard time booking that suite.
No, I'm good. Could you imagine that being the selling point? Hey guys, we got a really great suite for you. It's the one Marilyn fucking Monroe.
I mean, so what it is her image. She would appear in the mirror, right?
No.
To me, I'm still in a toss up on this, but I still believe it. Mirrors are portals. Why would we want to play Candyman and freaking Bloody Mary?
Why do we have scrying mirrors? Why do we have scrying mirrors, which are literally, you can make portals. Any mirror a scrying mirror.
Yeah.
If you literally just darken the room that you're in. And of course, 100% mirrors are portals. Anything that's reflective. I mean, have we not seen the mirror of Erised from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone?
Yes, we have. And things dropping into pockets or reliving glory. Yes.
And what the fuck is up with this? Literally, Professor Quirrell is a two-faced man. Gemini looking ass. I know they were dumb.
Excuse me.
Oh,
my birthday's at the end of this month.
No, but you're a cusp, right?
Okay. So other things with with Marilyn Monroe. So the sighting scared the guests so many guests and staff that the full-length mirror was actually moved. One of the stories I found was they still see her image in the mirror, even in the manager's office, because at one point they put it in the office of the managers to hide it for a bit to see if it would calm down.
And it didn't.
It didn't. She is also seen enjoying herself in the ballroom. There's an apparition apparently said to be Marilyn Monroe where she's dancing around and moving all around the ballroom, so the Blossom Ballroom.
Suddenly, I can't dance.
Suddenly, my legs are broken. I'm sorry.
That's weird. I'm paraplegic.
So, going back to Mr. Montgomery. So he has been reported to be playing his trumpet, brushing up against not only guests but staff as well, and even haunting their room 928. He's known to be kind of a doo-doo head. We'll say it that way, because he messes with the thermostats in the room.
Oh, damn it.
Yep. So if you put it at cold, he's going to move it to hot.
So you got to move it at hot if you want it cold.
That's right. That's what it sounds like. You got to.
Yeah,
go
Montgomery. What you know about that?
Psychology.
That's reverse psychology, Montgomery Clift. I need to honestly take a fucking Xanax. I can't talk about prescription pills knowing damn well I'm in therapy.
Right.
I'm kidding. Oh my God. All right. I'm so sorry.
Anna Marie's writing this down.
Anna Marie's like, Jesus. So much for our therapy session. Like, okay.
I've done nothing. No.
So he would kind of like fuck around in room 928.
And turn on the radio as well. So he'd mess with the thermostat and turn on the radio.
Oh yeah, this was back before televisions were televisioning, and all you had was
the radio.
The radio.
Yep. Oh yeah. So some people, especially staff, have reported feeling cold in certain parts of the hallway, and with that they associated it with him brushing up against somebody, thinking of like how two people would pass each other. So like he was known to pace the hallways, so they would feel that brush when they're going one way and it's going the other way. So I did find one chilling experience a guest had in that room. So the woman stated that she was reading one night in the bed. Her husband was asleep beside her, and she felt someone tap her on her shoulder. She looked over.
Actual way I would levitate.
The actual way I would check out immediately.
Can we finish this? Because then we'll talk about reactions after you finish this. Because like I'm like,
oh yeah. So
I'm already shooting myself.
So she felt someone tap her on her shoulder, thinking it's her husband. She turns to her husband, and he is dead ass asleep.
No. The way I would evaporate from this planet.
The way I would be pulling out crystals and saying, "You can't touch me. Don't touch me.
Can't touch this." No.
Like, I didn't know.
So I think I figured out the cure, and maybe this is TMI, but like I get vacation constipation. So anytime I leave Arizona and go vacation somewhere else, it takes me like a couple days to poop. And maybe I just might take a little pit stop into the Roosevelt Hotel.
Request room 928.
And then I would Poughkeepsie so quickly.
Oh my God.
I would Poughkeepsie so quickly in that like, I'd be like, oh, thanks so much. Thanks so much, Montgomery. You're awesome. Who needs Ozempic when you have ghosts? Like.
Now, I did find another story. This one's from a psychic. I have a hard time with psychics. I also have a hard time with this story. So Peter James is a well-known psychic. Claims to have spent the night in the room as well and had seen Cliff's ghost sitting in the chair in the corner of the room staring at him for 30 minutes.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm actually busy that day. I
know, right? That was in the 90s. I think like 92. But I was sitting there thinking like, me and a ghost are not going to sit and play a staring contest for 30
they'll win.
Minutes.
They'll win.
Not only will they win, but like I'm good. I don't want to join the afterlife because I've put my body into so much stress.
I would go Xerox white.
I was reading it and I'm like, wow. Like, and you're a psychic, so why wouldn't you be asking questions? I thought that was like,
Why wouldn't you be like, how the fuck did you die?
why are you here?
Why are you okay? Let's start with that one. If I were a psychic and I'm looking at a ghost for 30 minutes,
I would not
I
be doing it in silence.
I would not be doing it in silence. I'd be like, hey, what are you doing here? Crazy. They double booked the room. Hey, when we talk about crossing over, like, did you make it okay? You know, maybe you need therapy, and I know a really good one. She can teach you how to like let go of things.
We can also tell you exactly what time period you're in, and it's not the one you think you're
And
in.
it's not the one you think you're in. We have cable now.
We have satellite.
Okay, we have Sirius XM. That's not a plug, but if y'all want to sponsor us.
Right. Okay, so this one I had a hard time, and I didn't put it in the notes, but I do remember this one. I have a hard time finding more stories on it, but supposedly because Clark Gable and his wife Carol Lombard spent so much time at that hotel, they are said to also be seen near their suites.
Ah, fucking shit.
I know. And their suite had the clearest view of the hills, and the Hollywood sign is where their suite is located in the
That
hotel.
sounds...
I'm
it's
sure
giving
back then it sounded
ominous.
fantastic.
Oh, I'm sure, but now...
Now it probably, you know, I'd rather just look at four walls.
I was
Or the
doing
pool.
some research. No. I was doing research on just like what kind of happens at the hotel. Anyways, I was doing some research, and the amount of attraction to the hotel and the ghosts from YouTubers who just love like exploring that stuff is insane. We're talking like pages and pages of YouTube results on people exploring the hotel and like going to the pool and trying to like just... Also, the way that you said that mirrors are portals, I think pools are too.
The water, yeah.
The water. And if you've seen the worst movie, Night Swim...
I tried. That was so freaking stupid. Just like I was trying to watch The Lazarus Effect with that one was terrible. I was like, this is so boring. Anyways.
Side note, really quick before we jump back into it, I heard horrible things about tarot.
I bet. Oh, another side note before we get on that one.
Oh,
so
yay.
Apparently Mike Flanagan is in the talks of redoing, and hopefully in a much better way, The Exorcist.
I read that.
However, it's with Blue.
I knew that. I knew I read it.
You did.
God.
And I love Mike Flanagan. He has done amazing. Like, I love his series. I do. Like, yeah. So, hoping he can do it some justice. Kind of mad that it's with Blumhouse, though.
Dude.
Yeah. Okay.
There's nothing better than hanging out with your best friends chatting horror movies. At Voices from the Mausoleum, we have programming that covers everything from found footage to gaming, interviews, and even the first horror morning talk show. Come join us. We're all friends at the Mausoleum.
Hey fam, Newman here from Movies for Days, your non-pretentious easy access movie chat podcast and weekly deep dive into any film from any genre, from any decade, with anybody's guess as to how we chose that movie that week. Proud member of the You Run Podcast Network. Check us out where all great podcasts can be heard, and on Twitter at Movies Days. Movies is spelled regular, Days is spelled with a Z.
We're gonna get the train back.
Yeah.
All right, so our final ghost is not one known for any famous stature or anything. This is the spirit of a little girl named Caroline.
Oh, fuck
Now,
that.
there's not a lot of history on Caroline. There's a couple of, like, I don't know, you know how, like, between psychics to paranormal investigators, there's not, like,
everyone
a clear
has
cut
an opinion
of who she is and how she got there. But, so she's seen in two different ways. And that's where I get kind of confused, because I'm reading it and I was like, okay, she's in a blue dress, which kind of reminds me of, like, Tower of Terror with
I was just gonna say.
because they said that she is known to kind of skip around in the lobby area in like, little girl clothes.
Girl, like, doesn't she know people trying to check in the foot?
She has thrown off receptionist. Receptionists have thought she's like a clear-cut little girl just having a good old time because she's skipping around and she's singing, and that's what made me go, my God, I am terrified of freaking Tower of Terror, and that's the reason why, is because there's a little girl that skips and sings around.
But isn't Tower of Terror kind of based on? Is it based on the Roosevelt Hotel?
Is it? I thought it was based on the one. Oh my God, I don't know.
The Hollywood Tower Hotel?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I
We're
don't know.
coming up with hotel names. Like,
We're just
honestly, why Roosevelt? Why not Lincoln? Why not Johnson? Do we have a Johnson?
We had a Johnson. That
Or
doesn't sound right.
Franklin?
Yeah.
The way I just caught that.
Just like, yeah.
You said penis. No, I'm
You
kidding.
said you said ding dong.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You guys were so sorry. Actually, no, we're not.
We're not today.
No, we're
All
not.
right. So everyone says they always see like an image of her. Main thing is that well, this only comes from the psychic. So that's why I have a hard time. We all know
Credibility.
this. The credibility, the like how, I mean, I don't know. So supposedly she's tied to the building because she's looking for her mother.
She ain't there though. Leave.
I know.
Vacate, bitch.
Oh God. So our lovely psychic Peter James encountered seeing her and then speaking to her also in 1992, which I think is around the same time where he had the cliff experience. So he was speaking to her in what's called the Academy Room.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
Right? When asking her what was wrong, the only answer she could give was that she was worried about her mommy getting hurt.
Bitch.
Like, you spent all that time talking to her and that's the only thing you got?
Wait, so you're telling me. So you're just like, not a psychologist. What the fuck is the word? Psychic. You're telling me that a psychic spent time with.
Mm-hmm. Now, mind you guys, we do believe in the paranormal to an extent. But there's
do we believe in the paranormal? Yeah, geez, take the look at the title card.
Right. No, but I just mean but we also have like this, we still keep critical thinking in the forefront of everything.
Say, it's giving occipital lobe.
Yeah. Like.
No, frontal.
We're just throwing, to me, then this is where I have issues. Like, no disrespect to psychics. I have a hard time. But people like Sloan, what is her name? Sloan Bell. She's like the blonde, older white lady who hops on TikToks, has YouTubes, and is like, I talked to OJ Simpson's spirit and blah 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 blah. And this is how
OJ, is OJ dead?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he died.
Oh.
From cancer.
Oh yeah.
Claiming she's talked to Kim Porter's spirit and Aaliyah's spirit, and I have issues with that because not only does that cross a really fine line of just blatant disrespect for the dead.
I mean,
but normally, from my understanding with psychics, they have to ask the family to be able to tap in.
Exactly. You have to have a personal connection to be entered into that space, into that third eye portal thing.
Right. And I mean, because think about it, when we did our therapy sessions with Anna Marie, she asked for consent first to tap into energy before she taps into your energy. It's a consent thing, and I have issues with that.
So this person might have been talking to a Leah, but it was not talking to the Leah.
Right. Yeah, we could have been talking to a Kim Porter, but Porter's a pretty generic last name, and so
we also could have been talking to a Celeste Porter for all we know.
Exactly. So yeah, I have I have a hard time, guys. So, if that's one of your comments back on this episode, I apologize, but I'm sorry. I have a really hard time with psychics, especially ones that sit there and gloat about who they have talked to or whatever, because I also don't like when they bring psychics onto paranormal shows because, like, there seems to be, like, this discourse.
Not you getting into a full-blown review of Late Night with the Devil.
It's me. That's what I do.
It's me. Hi, I don't want to say any more lyrics. I don't want to get sued for copyright.
I know. It's just, that's what I do. Like, there's a couple teams. You know what? Different episode.
You know what? We have to have, we'll have a bonus ADHD episode.
We will. Kind of like our one, what was it, back in January, when you came on as a
conspiracy theory one, when I was still a guest.
Yeah. And we were just derailing every which way with our ADHD.
Nothing. There was nothing straightforward about that episode, including my sexuality.
Oh my god. All right. So
how am I tired, but I can still make you laugh? I love this.
Hey.
I love it. Thanks for laughing with me, friend.
You're welcome. It's a great morning on a Saturday.
Yeah. For you, it's the morning. For me, it's still fucking dusk. This bitch. It's like I got up, did yoga, spoke to the dead, played Ouija with my sons, daughters, uncles, aunts, whatever else wanted to come in. And I'm over here like, I had to use a Swiffer to get my phone from out underneath my bed this morning.
Hey, ingenuity, man. Ingenuity.
And you know what? That's French for ingenue. Okay, bring us back. Bringing it back.
Our final known hauntings of the hotel are two unknown men. Go figure.
I've had that in my life.
Couple of Tinder just okay, coming back. All right, both have been seen. Both.
Okay. Jesus H. Christ. Both have been seen doing what, ho?
I'm trying. Both have been seen in the Blossom Ballroom, dressed as if they were either attending an event or being the entertainer for a certain event.
Oh.
One is seen in a black tuxedo, probably within the time period between the 20s to the 40s. Same for the other one, only his tuxedo is white. One of them is seen walking around the ballroom. The other one, guests have said that they have heard and seen him playing a piano. Yeah.
Heard I can get.
Seen too, like sitting at the piano.
Like, okay. Are we sure it's not like
a lot of alcohol?
A gin? That's literally what I was gonna say.
Are we sure
it's not a gin?
Are we sure it's not some bootleg alcohol they might have gotten out of one of the tubs?
Yee, and when I say yee, I mean ha, you know?
Oh.
Like, it's like Casey Musgraves. When I say yee, you say ha. I didn't fucking say yee.
Can't, not today.
Oh my god. Okay, so my question is this. So they've seen these men in the Blossom Ballroom. What do you do when that happens? Do you report it to the front desk? Hey, by the way,
this guy was... So apparently... The one couple that saw the guy and heard the guy playing the piano, they went to go give a positive review.
How?
Right? Yeah. They're like, oh, that music that man was playing was so great. That was such a nice way to, enjoy our meal or whatever they were doing. And the staff is like, we don't have anyone playing the piano.
Wait, was this couple in the Blossom Ballroom having dinner?
I think so. I think the ballroom is...
When you say ballroom, like, I would assume that more people would be in there.
Well, it depends on what time of night. I don't know what kind of nightlife, like that kind of hotel. Because when I think of
Angeles.
Well, I think of hotel from American Horror Story where they have the one guy that's like the bartender at like all hours of the day.
Wasn't he a ghost?
No, not yet.
Oh.
He didn't become a ghost until after.
But wasn't that based on Hotel Cecile?
Yes, which I want to cover that one too because of that shit. That shit's crazy.
Bonkers.
And I think that's one of the hotels the Black Dahlia was seen at too.
Oh, Dahlia, what are you doing?
Living everywhere.
Girl, go home.
Go home.
No, like Jesus. Okay.
All right. So you've seen the hotel. Would you stay in the hotel? And which one would you stay in?
So I would definitely, I don't think it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it's a hotel anymore.
It still is.
Well, parts of it are also low income housing,
Is it?
I think, maybe.
Oh, it was at one point.
Oh, it was at one point. I'm so
It
sorry.
was at one point.
Okay, so now, because I watched some stuff. This gentleman did like a tour, and he had said like, oh, you know, it's like this wing of the hotel is like low income housing and everything like that. I've been in it personally,
Right.
and knowing what I know now, and how much like you've really done like your research, and I've done grabbing a Swiffer to get my phone. I don't know if I would, to be honest, I don't know. Like there's a hotel here in Bisbee, Arizona called the Copper Queen Hotel.
Oh, yes.
Do you know about it?
I have seen some episodes on it.
So I've stayed in the Theodore Roosevelt room.
Oh.
Yeah.
How was that?
And that hotel, there is something attached to it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll do like we can even talk about that in an episode, just because like I have like personal experience. But I don't know if I'm a big fan of the potential of portals being there. Like I'm already sensitive to spirits as it is. And no, I don't mean the things that you drink. But I'm already like super sensitive to that myself, based off of the first episode I was a guest on.
Right.
Like back in October of 23. I don't know if I would get sleep.
Yeah. So I thought that too, right? So we stayed in St. Augustine. We stayed at what's considered one of the haunted bed and breakfasts.
Oh,
where
ring.
I know, but it was such a good deal. And it was they make fantastic food. It's a small little like
do they make it, or do the ghosts make it?
No, they make it, because the ghosts are said to haunt the second level, where you're supposed to hear like, you know, like walking and stuff. But honestly, nothing really happened. So like, I don't know.
I think the only thing I remember that happened, and they decided to tell us this after the fact.
Oh no. See, I hate when they do that. Like, please just give me the information up front. Don't let me find out and I poop myself or something.
We were the only ones on our floor.
No.
And the way that like, and I know people like can explore different floors and stuff, but I'm like, we didn't. And no, correction, we were the only ones on our wing.
Okay.
I do remember seeing other people, but like I would look sometimes, like, mind you, this hotel is old, the Copper Queen.
Yeah, it was mining, right? Mining town.
It's a mining town. Bisbee's a mining town. It's still, I mean, there's a whole thing to explore about Bisbee. But I remember like my husband and I, we were getting ready for bed, and mind you, they didn't have like queen or king size beds. He slept on one twin, I slept on another. Mattresses, not people.
Oh my god.
I slept on the furthest in the room, like in the corner. And I remember like getting ready for bed, and I look to where our door is, and I see the shadow of like feet standing at the threshold of our door. It's 2:00 in the morning. Everyone else is asleep and no one else is on our side of the wing. And then we kept hearing like things throughout the night, like pipes rattling and everything like that. We kept hearing like the sound of water flushing. Both of us are asleep.
Oh my, no.
And then
oh my gosh.
The only other thing I personally didn't like is that the toilet in the bathroom, like if you sit on the toilet, straight ahead is a clear window. And I'm over here like, the last thing I need anyone in this town watching is me fight for my life on this porcelain throne. Like, no amount of wet wipes are gonna cure this. And I was there for a burlesque showcase I performed, and I didn't do burlesque. I was like, I'm doing a hip hop routine.
Nice.
The only type of pasties I use is Elmer's.
So I have, I talk regularly with the Dr. Ghost Hunters, and they have been. We'll have to get them on because they've been to a couple of spots in Arizona too. Like they did it for New Year's, and they were like, it was pretty cool because I caught a couple of their lives, and I was like, hey,
Arizona, Southern Arizona,
oh yeah,
like Jerome, Bisbee, all of these places, haunted.
Oh yeah, because of the mining towns, there was so much
Oh, yeah.
tragedy.
Well, not only that, there was so much competition between families.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to make sure that your family was doing the best. That's a whole, you know what? I couldn't find anything because I was, that's what made me kind of go into like the, that whole thing about back rooms is I was literally like conspiracies associated with Hotel Rose or like the Roosevelt Hotel or da-da-da-da. And I tried to find things about back rooms.
Yeah.
I know they exist. I know they exist.
So we know, like, if you huge Maryland fan, I have tons of biographies and different books. You know, early in her career, that's the way that basically she was kind of handled. So I'm sure at some point, especially at the Roosevelt Hotel, I'm sure there were some bigwigs that came over and were like, hey, I'll get you this and blah, blah, blah. So like, I'm sure it's there. It's just really, it's probably one of those, like, you have to like really dig for it.
And I don't think you're right with that because I don't think they're just gonna like say shit.
No.
And that makes me think like when it was a low income housing place, like what did they see?
Oh yeah. No, yeah. Absolutely. Because think about the Cecil. The Cecil's a low income at some point.
Is it Cecil or Cecile?
Cecil. I've always heard it said as Cecil. We're like,
we gonna look that one up.
We're gonna check a couple people out and see what they say.
we're gonna get someone to do like a hooked on phonics.
But yeah. So would you stay at the Hollywood Roosevelt?
No. Would you?
I probably would. I would be.
Chrissy's like, hey, give some shit. I want to play a game. That was actually that was pretty spot on.
That was good.
Yeah. I don't know if I would. I'm not a big fan of like staying in haunted places, says the man who stayed inside the Copper Queen Hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
In the Teddy Roosevelt fucking room. And that's literally called the presidential suite. It's the biggest room in the hotel. Nice.
With twin size beds.
It's really awkward how you get into the room, and that's the other thing that scared me. If my memory serves me correctly, you like open the door to the main entrance door. There's immediately steps because you have to like, mind you, my husband is 6'1" and I'm 6'2", so we both kind of have to like crouching tiger, hidden gaze, like, and like. You have to like take steps down into your room. But like when you're sleeping in your bed, there's this ominous dark hallway where the main door is. And like, this isn't
it.
No. And then on top of that, we stayed at the Bisbee Grand Hotel. The one redeeming quality about that place is that each guest gets free breakfast.
It's always, food is a plus. Was it good food though?
It's from the restaurant. It's from the Bisbee Grand Hotel restaurant, so it's good. Okay. But no, there's something that I have about like sleeping in haunted places. That is.
So see, I did the one in St. Augustine, right? But to me, all hotels feel creepy.
100%.
Like all of them. So like. Whatever. But what actually creeps me out more than staying in a hotel is camping.
I prefer camping.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't camp. I was a Girl Scout, so I camped in the fucking woods.
I did like once stay in the middle of a forest. Granted, in the center of that was a Residence Inn hotel, but like you don't need to know that.
That's right. So I don't know, camping, for some strange reason, I get the worst heebie-jeebies with camping, and it could probably just be because of, where we were when we were camping. I was in Tennessee.
The Appalachia?
The Appalachia? Yeah, because we were whitewater rafting.
Jesus Christy.
I was a teenager.
Jeez. Oh my God.
We got all of it out early because my kids were like, I want to go camping. I was like,
No, the fuck you don't.
I was like, we'll go glamping. We're gonna
Oh my God, not the glamping.
go glamping. One, because this body cannot be laying on some hard, nasty dirt, even in a freaking sleeping bag.
Really crispy. Try being a refugee in this country.
I know.
Sorry. Any chance I get to play my refugee card?
I'm gonna play it.
Shout out to Bosnia.
Thank you for making me who I am.
Thank you, Bosnia, so much for helping me make who I am today.
Oh my God.
Let us know if, to those listening, and humans only, not ghosts. Sorry, guys. Sorry not to be non-inclusive. But would you stay in a haunted hotel? Do you know of a different haunted hotel outside of the Roosevelt Hotel in Los Angeles, or the Copper Queen Hotel in Bisbee, Arizona? And would you stay there? If you have stayed in a haunted hotel, what's that been like for you?
Yes, we would love to share some listener stories.
Oh, yeah, we would love to share. Yeah, you guys just call us in. 1-800-555-5555.
Just drop us a note on Instagram.
Just drop us a note. DM either one of us.
Send an email if you really want to get formal with it.
Oh my gosh. Do you have anything to add, my love bug, before we announce our giveaway winners?
No, I don't. I was really excited about this hotel. I kind of still want to see it, but I'm more excited that we get to announce our winners.
Yes. So we had a giveaway all through this week to just kind of raise awareness of our podcast, get to know our audience, and give back to, members of our audience who wanted to participate. And it was super simple. It was following the both of us on all the social platforms and leaving a 5-star review on really just whatever podcast platform you want or you have access to. And we still really would like to request that if you have the time, which I know you do. If you've sat here this long with our two ADHD asses, you sure as shit can leave us a 5-star review. Any podcast platform available.
That's right.
So it was really fun to be able to do this. And for those of you who also don't know, we have merch.
We do.
We do.
And it's exciting.
Podcast is such good merch, like magnets, stickers, hoodies, shirts,
cell phone cases,
notebooks.
You can even get your kid a shirt.
You can even get you and your kid and your cat and your dog and your rodent possum can all wear Paranormal Misfits podcast merchandise. And if you really want to show up your swag, stick a magnet onto the office copier or printer.
There you go. Really drive your coworkers nuts.
Really, just creep them out. So, do you want to announce your winner?
I do. Because I'm excited because he has been very active on our socials.
Very active.
And he has given some great feedback and has even given us some movie suggestions, which I'm excited for. But it's Gabriel from the Indigenous Tales podcast. If you guys haven't checked them out, they are actually two guys who are obviously Indigenous.
No way.
And they share... We promise, guys, we love your podcast.
We do.
We do. They share, obviously, the history, the lore of Indigenous people, but also bring to light the different, the missing, murdered, and Indigenous women, the unfair treatment they've received, considering they were here first. So, thanks, Gabriel.
I do want to give a very big special shout out to Gabriel, who has been so supportive of our socials and did a deep dive
He did.
into our episodes. And
Yes.
we're so appreciative of that. And maybe there's going to be an opportunity for us to collaborate, maybe be on an episode together.
Yeah.
So
That would be
big
cool.
thanks to Gabriel. I want to give a special thanks to my winner. Her name is Justa, and she is new to the Arizona dance scene. And coincidentally, she was also very active with the giveaway, with reposting, tagging friends, getting eyes on our stuff. And I think it's one thing to, get support from different people across like the world, but it means something special when you get support from your like the locals. And I don't say local in a negative way. I mean that in the best way. So Justa, thank you so much for being an incredible listener, a beautiful friend, and just being so interactive with us. And we really appreciate it. To the both of you, Gabriel and Justa, thank you both. And this is the start of the giveaways.
Yes. Yep.
This is something we're going to do every so often. So look out for that. Friend, before I take us out, not like that.
Not in that way, guys. We're still here.
Like with a sniper. Do you have
anything?
Do you have anything you want to add or plug?
I do. So, guys, make sure you follow us on both Instagram and TikTok, Paranormal Misfits Podcast. You can always send us your thoughts, what you'd like to hear later, any movie reviews, or what you thought about the episodes.
Yeah.
We are always open to that. You can DM both Nino and I on the Paranormal Misfits Podcast, Instagram and TikTok.
And then myself at official Nino Daniel, Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah. And also, we have our own email, paranormalmisfitpod@gmail.com, where you can send in a formal, if you'd like to really type up an email.
Send us a ChatGPT generated email.
Please don't, please.
Hello, fellow podcaster.
Hello, fellow podcaster. God. Jesus. But yeah, you can connect with us on there. We are totally active. We're on daily.
Yeah. We're minutely.
Minutely, almost.
Quite literally.
You can always check out our merch, paranormal.
You'll find it. Sound it out.
Yeah, it'll be in the show notes, but it's on Threadless. You can type up Paranormal Misfits Podcast or Pod, one or the other. I don't remember. I'll have to look at the notes. Make sure that you guys are subscribing to us on whatever platform you're on, and always give us a review. It helps the podcast kind of boost up, and we appreciate all of your love and support. So yay.
It's been wonderful being co-host and like just the amount of love we've received. And again, I'm gonna say this because gratitude should never be in short supply. I do want to emphasize I'm very thankful to Chrissy. She brought me on to something that was already existing and made me a part of her baby and her thing.
It's now our brand.
And it's now I have trouble still saying that. But it's just because I have guilt and trauma. So thank you all so much for all of your help, for all of your support. Once again, we are the Paranormal Misfits. Thank you for following us and listening and subscribing. And, we know that you can't stay. But if you are going to leave, you might as well.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, my God.